ready, Jerry?
I'm ready.
Just want to make sure you're ready, brother. Show me the money.
Oh, you didn't know?
Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling.
Put my shoes on, you wouldn't last a mile.
Summertime, wintertime, I'm on the grind. Yeah, I got the ring, I'm the champ, I'm the genie of the lamp.
This is the gift I was given, so I just live by my hustle.
Now give me put in my pocket, it don't make sense, but don't make a profit. So I hustle, ladies and homies. Make money, money, money.
Call out here for a pill. Really tryna get this money for the real.
I want to find a thing to save my life. So I hustle.
It ain't over for me. No, it ain't over for me.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Show me the money!
Okay, let's go smoke that joint.
What up? What up? It is Alex, the Fantasy Football Hustler, back at you with another episode of Elevated Sports Talk, the most interactive sports show around. What is up, everybody? Let's see who's up in here before we kick off some of this news. We got Emil in the house. What up? What up? Derek in the house. Salute. We got Phil in the house. What's up? And let them know, Derek, hit the subscribe, hit that thumbs up for the 420 crew. Let's get it. Let's get it. So we got a little bit of news that we're going to start with today before we kick off all the smoking and everything. So we got some training camp news. Eagles, they're planning on playing their starters for one series, and that is tonight versus the Ravens. They said it could be more depending on how the series goes. Let's see. The Colts starters will play 1 to 2 series this week. Oh, man. 49ers are in trouble. You know why? Because they're going out there and they're getting UFL players onto their squad. They signed Jonathan Garvin, whoever that is. Now, 49ers are in trouble. They're dropping like flies out there. The curse of the 49ers continues. Let's see. Geno Smith not going to play on Saturday, but a lot of the starters will play, especially on defense, they say. Oh, and here's one of the reasons why 49ers had to go scrape the bottom of the barrel and get that UFL dude. So Drake Jackson officially placed on the reserve pup, meaning he is out for the 2024 season. Man, that guy's got some he has some potential, but yeah, just not getting a chance. Hey, Nigel. What up, Nigel? What's going on, bro? Shout out to Serbia. You came in right after you guys lost. What happened? But what up, Nigel? Long time no see, bro. We're starting we are starting more leagues, bro. More leagues. Ooh, someone asking about a slow draft. Hold on one second, guys. I gotta throw this link in here. Someone said, when's the next best ball slow draft? We'll get it to you right now. We got probably just a couple more slow drafts. I mean, we're getting to the point now where, I mean, shit, we got a month. We got a month until the season starts. Let's go. All right. There we go. No best ball draft today, but we do have one tomorrow, 3 p.m. West Coast time. We do have one on Sunday, 5 p.m. West Coast time. We also have more spots in the Wafers tournament. It's that free tournament, but there is going to be prizes. And we got to draft Saturday and Sunday. And Nigel said, what offense only leagues do you have open? A bunch. There's barely any IDPs this year compared to all the offensive ones. So there's a WWF themed offense only. There is a Guillotine League offense only. There's Vampire Leagues offense only. There's 3 QB Leagues offense only. There's Debo Snatch Your Chain, the Force Trade League. Offense only. Blue Mountain, what up? Said 10-man, PPR, 6-pick, Kyler, Kyren, James Cook, Amon-Ra, Devonta, Zay. Is there a question in here? Let me know. I mean, it's a solid squad. It's a 10-teamer, so most 10-teamers I see are solid. What Derek say here? Vikings believe that TJ Hawkinson will be back at some point during the first half of the season. Okay, well, there we go. It was we didn't really know what his status was going to be, how many games he was going to miss, things like that. Just hearing that sounds like he's not going to be ready for the first game of the season. Derek said Jeremy Fowler says the Chargers have major plans for Quentin Johnston. I'm sure they do. We don't know if Quentin Johnston can actually live up to those big plans that he has. Derek said Antonio Pierce said Jacoby Myers has been lights out in camp. Nigel said, sign me up. For which one? Let's see. The Vamp League, the WWE League, the 3QB League, and the Debo. All right. They're all 55 buy-ins. 55! They're all through League Safe, but you being in Serbia, we'll figure out how you could give me the money and I can pay for you, and then anything you win, you'll just get through PayPal. And I'm just going to throw them all in here. So, and we'll see if anybody else joins. All right. 55 Vampire League. 55! The WWF offense only. Let's get it. But yeah, don't worry, Nigel. We're going, oops. Shit. Don't click that one. That was the wrong one. Sorry. That one was the one with IDP. So I put 55, the real WWF Superflex offense only. There we go. And then the Debo Snatch a Chain League. Let's go. Oh, shit. Actually, the Debo one filled. And then 3QB offense only. There we go. Boom. All right, go ahead and jump in, Nigel, when you got some time. They said not joining the second one. Correct. Join the one that says the 55 real WWF Superflex offense only. The one that I posted before the WWF, that one has IDP. I clicked too quick and I pasted too quick. But yeah, the second one, the one that says real Superflex offense only, that's the one that's really an offense only. Hey, Minnesota Marty in the house. What up, my brother? Let's get it. All right. And let's see. Any other news? I think those were that was pretty much the only thing that was talked about today. How about Marvin Harrison Jr.? Actually, I don't think we talked about this yesterday, but he is going to play. They didn't say how much he's going to play on Saturday, but they say he is going to play. Rondell Moore, man. So he's on the I think he's done for the season with that knee injury. But yeah, he's on the reserve injured list. And let me see, is that the same one that they put Drake on? Reserve pup. I'm not sure if this is the reserve pup. Like Drake Jackson got put off him, but they said it's not good. I think it is his ACL. That's for Rondell Moore. Sam Darnold going to officially start this Saturday. I mean, pretty much knew that. Donta Foreman He's back after that neck injury. The Ravens are going to sign Anthony Miller. Yeah, the Ravens wide receiver core sucks. And Magic Man Ricky said, good morning. Is there any more redraft, super flex, offense only, or just reactivate the Hustle super flex redraft, the one that I won last year? So instead of just doing that one, I'm making it a WWF themed one. So we'll have where the characters will, whatever character you pick is going to be involved in a Royal Rumble, and then that Royal Rumble determines the draft order. So let me know. I got Superflex with IDP, and then Superflex offense only for the WWF ones. All right, he said, yeah, I need in. Let me throw it in here. And I threw it in a little bit ago, but I'll throw it in one more time just so there's no confusion. And this one's 55. There we go. Let's see what Derek found. Said Ricky JJ McCarthy, we get a significant amount of work against the Raiders. Yeah, but it ain't gonna be the first team. Ricky Purcell remains sidelined. Yeah, dude. Man. Reports 49ers haven't been satisfied with the Steelers' offers for Brandon Ayuk. Yeah, so what I heard, I don't know how much truth there is to this. It could just be another rumor. But I heard that the 49ers, they're not trying to get any players in return for Brandon Ayuk. They're trying to get picks so they could package up those picks to try to get a wide receiver from a different team. Anybody have any guesses on who it could be? I mean, I know potentially like a T. Higgins. I mean, I guess Devontae Adams, but the Raiders already said they're not moving him, so I don't know. What do you think? CD Lamb? CD Lamb? Derek said, ask CD Lamb, zooming contract extension on Thursday. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones said, I don't have any urgency to get it done. Man, Jerry, you suck. Nigel said, did I join all three? Let's see. Nigel. Yes, sir. You joined all of them. Let's go. Meal said Niners want 2 firsts for Ayuk. So I heard. I don't believe that. I'm not saying that they don't want 2 firsts for him, but it's just not the value. Nobody gives 2 firsts for a wide receiver. First, second, and a third, first, second, something, first, a third, and something else. But there's no team out there that's given up multiple first round picks for a wide receiver. It's just not happening. Derek said CD. Why, Jerry? Why? Pay that man his money. Damn it. Crispy. What up, Crispy? You found us. What up? Man. Why? Cowboy fans, I'm sure you hate this just as much as me. But, man, it's some bullshit, man. Can you just pay CD Lamb his money? Why? Why does Jerry Jones act like he's got a stronghold on all this money? Come on, man. Pay that man cash over cap. Give him an extension so it extends on to this year and it doesn't change anything for this year, man. And the fantasy football roll. What up, bro? What up? We're talking about that roll of the Cowboys right now, Uncle Jerry. Derek said, I wish they would just pay him. It's bullshit, man. It's bullshit. And what Crispy say? Media always stretching what JJ says. Fucking drama queens. What happened? What JJ say? What JJ say? But yeah, man, this is bullshit, man. CD and Dak. CD and Dak, they've literally, What more could you ask from them? What more could you ask from them? Like outside of the 1 year that Dak like got hurt and missed like the whole season, like, man, what more could you ask for? I know, need to pay both of them, right? And they're probably worried about Micah Parsons, and they should be. But like, come on, man. Like, how are you not paying you 2 superstars? Like, what more could they do for you? Man, CD led the league in targets last year, like, because everybody sucked on the team so much. Man, Derek said, "Fuck Parsons." Man, so I've been seeing some like some rankings, you know, since like Madden comes out and all that. Oh, Jerry Jones. But what did he say? They just said that. I mean, all he said is, "I don't have the urgency to get it done." I don't even think like that. Is that blowing it out of proportion? Or is there just way more to that clip that we're not hearing, and that's just like the 1 second little clickbaity, you know, sentence? But what do you mean by that, Crispy? What do you mean by that? What up, Captain Spock? Salute. He said Jerry Jones needs to croak. Yeah, I mean, same as the Al Davis situation for the Raiders a couple years ago, where just like everything is bad. Like all the decisions that he's making is bad. Like, why? Why are you trying to make like your best offensive players like hate playing for the team? That's what I don't get. That's what I don't get. Do you really want them to hate playing for the team? Because, you know, like Brandon Ayuk, he hates playing for the 49ers now. And maybe like, you know, that's me just using that word. How could you love it though? Even CMC, when he gave some little soundbite, he first called Brandon Ayuk his former teammate. Like, what the fuck? Let me see, Nigel. What other leagues we got here? I know we got some other leagues that we can get Nigel in on. So I do have a $33 super flex. Have multiple $33 super flexes actually, and let's see. Man, you know, one thing that we need to do, and I need help from everybody, and hey, maybe Fantasy Roll might want to get in on it too. So one league that I'm trying to fill is the Battle of the Brands, and that's where we're going to try to get 14 brands, fantasy football brands going up against each other. If anybody out there knows anybody that has a fantasy football brand, let's invite them to the league. It's a $55 buy-in. It's going to be a 14 teamer. It is going to be super fun, but I need some help. I'm still going to be, you know, scouting for more peeps, but I know that you guys follow other fantasy football brands besides me. I'm sure I'm not the only one, you know, that you follow. $55. We're not trying to get, you know, randos. We are trying to get people who are, you know, someone to actually represent the brand, you know, because we would like people to get involved with this, maybe show up for the live draft while you're drafting, posting little videos, recaps, you know, whatever. We're all going to try to make this a super, super interactive league where everybody is showcasing things to their fans, and, you know, just everything that we got going in the league is going to be some big time games going on. So of course I'm in it. I'm spearheading it. We got the Gospel Sports Truth. And then we got our man Jamie repping Going for Two. We got the Sunday Surefire podcast. Stevie B is going to be in it, repping his Dynasty life. And then we got TSS Fantasy is in there. And then Victory Formation is in there as well. But we need like 7 more teams, guys. So I need you guys to go reach out to anybody who you know has a brand and try to get them involved, because this is going to be a super fun league. It is going to be great. And Yuck Meezy in the house. And what up, crew? Hope everyone's living their best life and winning leagues. Let's go, bro. Man, long time no see, Yuck. I hope everything's okay over there, bro. Salute. And Crispy said media always twisting comments into drama. Well, when you're saying that, I mean, that comment was I don't have any urgency to get it done, talking about the CD Lamb deal. I mean, people want that deal to get done. So I mean, what like it's it's just not gonna happen. All right, and the fantasy roll, so I could definitely join that one. I have over 500 subs on YouTube. Let's go, bro. I'll put so this is only for the fantasy roll, okay? And yeah, I mean, I know that there's one person on there who's like barely starting. They have like 100 or 200 subs on YouTube. I mean, it's like we want to get people with huge followers, but it's really about filling the league, and like, we're all trying to get it. We're all trying to get it. So this is something that we're hoping maybe helps us get it a little bit more, maybe helps us get showcased, by a couple different sets of peeps. So there you go, fantasy roll. The battle of the brands. And Nigel says he's still working with Bogey. No, we had our Skip and Shannon breakup. We pretty much couldn't do a show without him yelling at me about my takes, because he's really emotional about his 49ers. But so no, I'm just I'm doing my own thing. And we've actually, last month in July, that was the best month that I've ever had on YouTube. Over 550,000 views. I think we had over 600 new subs. So we're rocking and rolling. We're doing good. We're doing good. But yeah, no Bogey. And Bogey, I mean, pretty much he's got the crew of peeps who kind of just like, they like to host shows for him and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, he's got all his peeps over there. But I know guys like Peacock and Kidda, they still come around here. So it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, no ill will, towards me. Like the whole thing, I think he was scared. Like honestly, I think it was scared of like change that was going to happen, knowing that we're taking this more serious as a business, and that he would actually have the opportunity to get paid, but there'd be more work, on his end. And I don't think he was really down for that part of it. So, because the biggest part of these shows, I mean, yeah, it's fun, like sitting here and talking, but like, man, it's, the marketing on the back end and all that, like, that's really what helps these things like really, really go and grow. And get tired in good sports. Oh man. Oh man. I mean, I'll go out and get them if I want to hear you guys talk to me like this.
So dumb, so dumb, so dumb, so you are so dumb. You are really dumb for real.
And Yuck said, y'all deserve your flowers. Appreciate you, homie. Appreciate you, homie. He said, much love, crew. Best place to be on the wild, wild internet. Appreciate you, Yuck. Appreciate you, bro. And Emil, now I'm not a fan of that wacky tobacco. So no, you'll never see me roll a spliff. Yeah, I'm not a fan of tobacco like at all. So like, yeah, and even were you even talking about? So I assume that Captain Spock said blunts suck. I assume he wasn't even talking about a blunt. Tell me if I'm right or wrong, Emil, but just the way you said that, I'm assuming like you're talking about like rolling a spliff where there's actually tobacco mixed in to the joint, whatever. Is that what you were talking about? Or were you talking about like a blunt? Because yeah, I mean, it's not like I won't smoke blunts, but yeah, I mean, it's just, I mean, there was a day and time where I would be smoking 10 to 20 blunts a day, Swisher Sweets, I mean, she got to go back, almost 20 years, like when I'm 19, 20, 21, like, and man, I don't like coughing up black shit all the time because I would be smoking so much, like there would just be straight tar, like in my lungs. So, oh, fuck no. Yeah, see, I was right. He said, put tobacco in your bong along with your weed. Said, here in Canada, we call it poppers. Fuck that, man. Fuck that. Yeah, tobacco is not a flavor that I fuck with, like, at all. Like, no, not at all. And yucks, I'll smoke a blunt, but I love my bong. Hell no to the spliffs, right? Can't do it. And I don't know why. Like, I mean, of course, Emil, to anybody outside of the United States, I'm going to call a foreigner. How come we get a lot of foreigners smoking these spliffs, whether it's out of a bong, whether it's out of a joint, you know, even Bees Barbarians, you know, man, Barbados, you know, he still does that. He still does that often where he rolls the spliff, throws in a little tobacco in there. And no, but can't do that. Can't do that. Captain Spock says, gross. My daughter used to do that till she got leukemia, blames it on bonging tobacco weed mix. Fuck. Yeah, that shit's scary, man. That shit's scary. And yeah, I don't know. Like, I just like, weed ain't gonna do nothing bad to you. You know, there's not been one known death, you know, from weed, and it is just, it's not the case with tobacco, man. Not the case with tobacco. And yucks, I smoked Newports, menthol for like 20 years. I'm good. 7 years off the nicotine. Nice. Fantasy roll. What do you take on my top 10 Dynasty RBs in this order? Bijan, Brees, Gibbs, JT, CMC, ETN, K9, A-Chain, Kyren, Saquon. I'd have Saquon way higher. That's probably like my biggest gripe with this. Like, I'm okay. I mean, I still think CMC deserves to be higher. Like, it, you know, like, I know he got hurt, and I don't know if you've changed this since he got hurt, but I still have CMC as number one for Dynasty, because even if he gives you 2 more years of CMC, you could win a championship, you know, with that. I'm not saying you can't with the Bijan and Brees, but playing on one of the most high-powered offenses and being in the mix as much as he is, those would be my only 2 changes. Everything else I'm super fine with. Maybe I have Ken Walker, you know, a couple spots down, but yeah, CMC being higher and Saquon being higher. Those are my only those would be my only changes or gripes or, you know, whatever. Captain Spock said, glad you got off the menthols. Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Especially menthol specifically. So fucking bad for you. But yeah, that's one thing that I'm glad I never started was cigarettes, like, at all. And I mean, I started smoking weed when I was 14. And it was, you know, that's still like not smoking like regularly or anything like that, like at 14. I don't think until I was 17, till I became a senior in high school, maybe junior year, but senior year was when I actually had it. Junior year before that, you know, I'd be pitching in with people and shit like that. And luckily I went to a big weed smoking school. So just like being around people, I got to smoke weed without even like having, you know, just without even having the sack. And but yeah, I never ever wanted to smoke cigarettes. Like I just really didn't. I was glad I never had that itch, and glad that nobody like peer pressured me or cared, because I was around people in high school who were smoking cigarettes. I'm like, nah, man, I'm cool. And never got peer pressured. And like, I don't know who would peer pressure someone into smoking cigarettes, but I know just some parts, if you don't do it, you could snitch, right? Like, no matter what you're doing, if you're underage. Yuck said, bro, I started lifting weights last December, and lifting while you're lifted is awesome, for sure. And Derek said, facts too, me too, Huss. Yeah, never spoke to Bogey either. yeah. I'm glad that I don't think, I mean, the things that I got peer pressured to do never had to do with drugs or cigarettes or alcohol or like anything like that. I got peer pressured to do way dumber shit than that would get me into trouble. And never, like, even being around people who were doing blow when I was smoking weed in high school. No one ever made me feel any kind of way for not doing blow and just smoking weed. Like, I didn't care. Like, do whatever the fuck you're gonna do, you know. And as long as there's not a bunch of stupid shit going down, we should be okay. But yeah, I guess I do feel blessed in that I was never around people who tried to get me to who tried to peer pressure me to do anything drugs wise. Smoking weed was good enough. So we're in Cali, man. I was Cali sober. And especially, I was always driving. So I mean, smoking weed here and there, that's one thing. Getting all fucking liquored up and driving. I mean, yeah, I definitely, I mean, yeah, have I ever drank and drive? I mean, I'm sure all of us have to some extent, but yeah, especially like when I was a teenager and stuff, I'm glad nobody ever peer pressured me to fucking drink while I was, you know, while driving or anything, because who the fuck knows, man? Who the fuck knows? And Captain Spock said, same with being a musician. The weed is a major performance enhancer for sure. For sure. And I mean, that's why they started, that's why all the propaganda started behind weed back in the day, right? They said those black musicians were just getting way too of an unfair advantage. They said everything slowed down. They could make their fingers move faster and shit. Like, what the fuck? But it is a performance enhancer for sure. Emil said, yeah, I never got into hard drugs either. And he said, Huss, tried to peer pressure to do a dab, but I stood my ground. And even then, that's probably the most peer pressure that anyone had ever gotten from me. And it was just like, come on, Derek, do a dab. And that was it. And they said no, and that was it. It'll be different though now. We ain't got no torch now, bro. I'm just saying. I'm gonna make Derek take a dab out of one of these fancy dab rigs that you just press a button. You know, like I said, we're smoking weed like George Jetson. Okay, we're moving on up with the Jeffersons and the Jetsons. But one day we're gonna get Derek to do it. But it's funny, Derek, because I mean, I've hung out with all races. And it's funny, like, the bad part of my family, the whole family, part of the family, you know, quote unquote, that owes me money, the black part of my family. It was hilarious because, like, man, there was no, like, when you're 17, 18, 19, like, a bong is very intimidating. It really is. And a lot of the black homies, they're just like, oh, nah, man, you white boys on that crazy shit. Smoking bongs and shit. Like, what? Just give me a blunt. Things change after some years, but man, that's what's so funny. It really is very, very intimidating. Like, first, when you don't do it. Very, very intimidating. I remember the first time I took a hit out of a bong. I don't think it was this big. It was probably it was maybe like 12 to 15 inches. Pause. I remember taking such a big hit and coughing into the bong. Fuck. Luckily, the water was clean. But yeah, fuck. I felt so embarrassed. It was just. I pulled the fucking stem out, then I coughed right into it, and then the water just coming up throughout the stem. And Yek says, so guess who was at my barber shop? He said, Teddy Swims, bro, almost lost control. Who is that? And Fantasy Roll said, taking an entire bag or micro doses. These days, it's probably micro doses, but it's funny because, like, I was talking to someone, he was like, so what's your micro dose? Like, how much you, like, when you talk micro dose, how much you micro dose? And I was like, I don't know, maybe a half gram to a gram. And he was like, that's not a fucking micro dose. It's like a micro dose is like a 0.1, a 0.2. And I was like, well, what if I eat like 10.1s? You know, does that count as me like slowly microdosing? So yeah, I guess for a traditional microdose, I probably don't microdose at all. But this past week was fun. I hadn't done mushrooms in a few months. Let cleanse the system, you know. And but my cousin, who's from Hawaii, he's a fucking lifeguard out there, and none of the lifeguards can smoke weed because they fucking get random drug tests But he said everybody just microdoses. And I was like, oh, cool. It's fucking sweet. And I was like, that's way better than everybody becoming fucking fall down alcoholics. Like my uncle told me. So my uncle, he was a lifeguard even before my cousin was. And he said when they changed the rules on weed to where you couldn't smoke weed, he's like, man, everybody just turned into alcoholics. People are getting DUIs left and right. People are getting into accidents and all kinds of shit. And, man, this whole weed propaganda, some bullshit, man. It's some bullshit. Crispy said he was 10. Man, Crispy had some bad influences around him. Yeah, I remember. For me, it was 14, and it was ninth grade for me. And was it 8th grade or 9th grade? I think it was 9th grade. And it was Halloween. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Derek was a late bloomer. He said he was 24. There we go. And seeing Crispy was 10. I was gotten like, even for Derek, I was going to say, like, man, maybe it was the area, but kind of doesn't matter what area. Like, weed's available like everywhere. Because even Crispy, I mean, in Texas, I mean, I don't know if that's one of the toughest places to find weed. I bet nowhere in America is tough to find weed. But, man, I swear, California, like, it's the easiest to find good weed at anywhere. And it was even the easiest to find, like, cheap weed being everywhere. What was the reference? What the hell was the reference? I don't think the message came through, Crispy, because that's the only one that I see of yours. So for me, 16, not so bad. I mean, it's high school, right? That's high school. Yeah, except first time I was in 5th grade, but first time getting high was 13. Well, what'd you smoke when you were in 5th grade? Or was it just bullshit? Was it some Bammer? Because, man, I was like Thurgood in how high. He's like, I hear those people talk about they didn't get high their first time. Not me. Not us. We were really, really high. Yeah, I was stoned as fuck. Yeah, Fantasy Rolls to Shine from Utah. And it's not even hard to find weed here. Yeah, and I mean, that's one of the super illegal states, right, for weed. Yeah, Utah. It's all those fucking Mormons, man. Yeah, it's one thing that I don't like, and that's like the state next to Nevada. Because I know my wife wants to go to Vanessa. She wants to go to Utah, go on some whether it's camping or hiking or some shit. And I'm like, man, but I want to smoke weed, and I don't want to get in trouble for like smoking weed. That'd be some bullshit. Yeah, said it is. Texas sucked. He says, sure changed the last time I was there in 2011. I mean, shit, I've heard stories about, like the underground weed shows that I talked about here, like in Vegas. It's all the black market stuff. And, it's a lot of people have like just regular brands and stuff, but it's like the black market, of them. And I heard those things. I heard those go down in Texas all over the place, but a lot in Houston. Just got to be in that inner circle somehow. That's what it's all about. It's got to be in that inner circle. Yeah, because me and my cousin took some weed from my dad. He wrapped it in TP, in toilet paper. Is that what the TP is? And as you're all, I've totally not done that before. Smoking stems. Yeah, I've never done that. Never smoked resin, never had to. Like for me, like smoking Reggie Bush, smoking the Mexican weed. For me, that was just like the ultimate, like, because it was fucking disgusting. It's like 2% THC and it's fucking like, I don't know. When I feel like I'm smoking like this super bomb weed, it's not like I'm smoking a plant, like it just has all these different type of tastes and terpene profiles and all that. But then when you smoke just the bullshit swag and just literally tastes like hay, oh man, it's the worst. It's the fucking worst. Yeah, like I said, the time I got high through my homies, they were like 5 feet in front of me and I couldn't find them. It was lit nice. And Yuck said, bro, I lived off of resin. Man, I mean, I was just, I had it. I had a source. And even though like now looking back, you know, I was really just like a workhorse. I was being taken advantage of in certain times. But had good weed though, you know, nonetheless. And that was like the most important part because, man, there's a bunch of people who did not have a bunch of good weed that I seen around. When I had the super fire. And yeah, and it was funny because in high school, it was just like the $15 grams like all day. And most of the time people just rolled that shit up, roll it up in one blunt. 3 people throwing 5 on it and smoking a fat ass swisher. And Yuck said, hell no. I said, we survived hard times before it was legal here for sure. I mean, the thing that was kind of crazy in California is like having it was never like, I always got in trouble for like having mass quantities and things like that. Like that's what I got in trouble for. I never got in trouble having a small sack. Like I got let go like a bunch of times and I had my medical card and everything. And yeah, like that was one of the crazy things about weed in Cali is like it's medical since 96. So it was already not like getting caught with weed was not a felony. Getting caught with the amounts of weed or as many bags as I had, like those were felonies for sure. But that was like the cool thing about weed is like, I don't know, weed was never, it was weird because like there was parts of my family, even in California, like I was like the black sheep of the family because I smoked weed. And then I find out, you know, some real shit about my family later. And I understand why certain people let me be the black sheep of the family is because I was taking attention off of them and all the fucked up shit that they were really doing behind the scenes. And but yeah, man, I'm glad we're getting so close to like just fully federally legal. And I know a lot of big pharma, you know, money trying to make sure that this doesn't happen. And you know, if it goes federally legal, I'm going to let a bunch of people out of fucking prisons. Like that's fucking one of the big reasons why they don't want to make it fucking federally legal because, man, just imagine how many people are in prison right now for like weed around the country. Like that's so many people that they're still able to incarcerate and get to go to the work camps and all that shit. Some bullshit, man. Some bullshit. Mondo, what up, bro? He said, hey, what up? He said, back in my high school days, we smoked all type of reg, unfortunately. He said, but it still hit for sure. I was just in, you know, like trying to like think of a way, like some kind of analogy, but I was pretty much in the 1 out of 50 state, you know, for weed, you know, like best. I still think California has some of the best weed in the world, man. Like, I mean, we see some of this Amsterdam weed and, you know, shit like that. And like, there's people who've been growing in California for 50, 60 years and shit and passing on this lineage down to a few people. So it's just like the growers and the weather and everything out here. Like nothing comes close. Nothing comes close. And there's good strains all over the place. Like, I mean, it's not like I can't get good weed here in Nevada because I do. But there's just a different level of that California weed, though. For sure. That's why I figure out how to keep getting this California weed on the regular, man, because it's been nice these past like 2 weeks, just, you know, smoking on all this California weed, and I'm almost out. I'm almost out. Now I got to go back to the Nevada weed. And even though it's decent and it's good, Ain't the Cali shit though. It ain't the Cali shit. And Mondo said some Reggie was lime green crystals, sometimes sticky, smelled glorious, and yeah, he said Cali got the good shit for sure, for sure. And Yuck said Maine's where it's at over there. Okay, why Maine? Why Maine? Very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, so I love going to Cali. I'm actually going back. I'm going back to Cali next week, next Saturday. They're bringing me back. Our homie Bees Barbarians bringing me back to LA so I could go be the what's it called, the auctioneer for their home league or whatever. Well, actually, I guess it's like a work league because they're all three from like 3 different businesses. A flower cannabis business, a dab business, and a pizza business. Man, I swear, Bees got it all figured out, man. Bees got it all figured out. And Yuck said, I can't afford to look at Cali. I mean, weed's cheap everywhere now, though. Like, that's the thing. Like, you could get really good weed for $100, $200 an ounce, you know, like shit like that. I mean, is it going to be the creme de la creme? You know, like probably not, but it's still going to be better than a whole bunch of shit around the country for sure. Mondo said cookies, one of my faves, any kind. Yeah, I mean, cookies is the shit. And I think I've given the origin story of when I first, like when I was first introduced to cookies, because I'm in SoCal. Cookies came from the Bay. So I think in 2012 was when I got introduced to it, and it was all the hype, like at the time, just all the fucking hype at the time. It was you couldn't get it in bulk, and it was only in the Bay Area. And like I remember we got it and we paid $400 for an ounce, and I was like, man, we really paid $400 for an ounce for this shit. And like you look at it, it looks kind of ugly. It's like all fucking it's like purplish brown. It's like a hint of purple, but it's like almost brown, and like it looked ugly. I was so pissed. I was like, man, we really paid $400 for this shit. It looks like some bullshit. And I'm like literally talking shit the entire time, just mad talking shit. And then like I finally get it in the bong and everything, and I'm literally still talking shit as I'm about to light it up. And then I rip the bowl and I cough my fucking brains out. I was like, oh man, whoo, this is that shit. Never mind. I take back every ill word that I just said. Take back every ill word that I just said about the cookies. And yeah, and since then, I mean, they've obviously gotten better at making it prettier. I mean, it was super tasty back then, and the hit was just insane. It just smacked you in the face. It's so ridiculous. And Yuck said, yeah, you can get gas for 20 and an eighth. Sweet. Well, and I don't know if it's $20 an eighth. Like I said, you got to get the ounce. That's one of the things. I mean, in a lot of places, especially Cali, you get up to the half ounce and the ounce, you'll start getting some price breaks, you know, even in the dispensaries. But it's like most of the Ace, I mean, shit, they're just $30 to $60, you know, and like everywhere in between. Because that's where they're making most of their profit, is on those eighths. It's not off the half ounce and the ounce customers. You need those people for sure, but it's like they need all those eighth people who are just buying the $50 eighth, $60 eighth plus tax. Fuck. Yuck said, I don't know why, but the cookies here at the dispensary way overpriced. And mid as fuck said same with the Wiz Khalifa. He said, this ain't Cali. We got we got gas too. So the reason why is because more than likely, okay, this is more than likely. Well, Wiz Khalifa for sure, his name's being licensed. So Wiz Khalifa for sure, his name's being licensed. Wiz Khalifa does not have any grow facilities himself. He doesn't run any cannabis, businesses. He's a fucking rapper, and he licenses his name, And so whoever has, just like whoever has Wiz Khalifa out here in Vegas, like same shit. He like licenses, and it's like the most expensive shit. And it's whatever. Like I don't know if it needed to be a level down, but it's probably because it's sitting like so long. And but yeah, so that's probably why it's like the people who are like licensing it, they got to pay Wiz, you know, for this, like on top of before, well, not even before they make it, but he's getting a big percentage, you know, of what they're making. I think the cut's usually like 10 to 20%, like somewhere. So these people are, you know, they're going to inflate the prices. And then Mondo said, burner. See, I know with Cookies, I know that Cookies does set up like their own facilities, like in certain places. So I don't know if it's a license deal, but it could be. Because I know that even here in Vegas, like I know Cookies has some kind of setup here, but I know that they license their name because the Redwood cultivation, they grow cookies and they've given them a couple cuts and all that. And so they grow the specific cookies. And so like that's what it could be also. Yuck of what you're dealing with. It could be a licensing deal. And so it could be just, you got to look on the whatever you're getting, whether it's the Mylar bag or whether it's the jar, you have to look on there for the cultivation. Like that's what you have to look for. That's important, not just the name. You know, because like Wiz Khalifa is going to be branded up like with Wiz Khalifa shit, but on there somewhere it will say what the cultivation is, and then that's what you got to look for. Because like I don't necessarily go, especially here in Vegas, I'm not hunting for specific strains or anything. Like there's specific like cultivations that I'll fuck with, you know, when I go to the dispensaries, and I think that's what it's all about, because you want the people that could grow the gas. And like, you know, what if the Wiz Khalifa company, I mean, I don't know, but what if it's just some new cultivation, like they're just working with Wiz and then they have like their own like house brand stuff, and, you know, they're not really that good, you know, who knows? Yuck said the Wiz is actually decent, but way overpriced. And he said Cookies in Maine is fire. He said if in mass, they were giving us mid, and maybe the fire stuff just sold out really quick as well. Like maybe they don't grow a lot of it. Because I know that's the case for a lot of these companies. They got a couple strains that are just like fire. And then they got a handful that are just like, you know, like they're really good, but they're like an A- or a B+ compared to like an A++, you know. That's the way that I'd say it. And there's probably not too much A++ weed, you know, out there. I know it's out there, but very few and far between, I'm sure. Whoo! All right. I'm smoked out. Any fantasy news that we got to talk about here? What kind of fantasy news do we got to talk about here? Crispy said, news flash, Richardson playing 1 or 2 series on Sunday, season ending, injury projection. Man, it's got to be like at least 50%, right? Got to be at least 50%. Let's see if he slides or goes out of bounds, or if he even tries to run the ball at all. But that's going to be very interesting to watch. Let me read out all the games, days, and times. Fuck. Woo. I said, God damn. Okay. So we got the Falcons and the Dolphins today. They said Kirk Cousins wasn't going to play. I don't know if any of the Dolphins are going to be playing either, the starters. Texans, Steelers. We know Justin Fields is going to be playing, and they did say that the starters are going to start for damn, I can't remember how long they said. They might have said at least a quarter. So we may see CJ Stroud in there for a little bit. And then we got the Eagles and the Ravens. Okay. And I mean, I don't think Lamar Jackson's playing, but they said that the Eagles starters are going to start for at least one series. Let's see. Tomorrow, Jets and Commanders. Commanders said Jaden Daniels is playing. Let's go. Bears and the Bills. Bears and the Bills, they both are going to play starters, they said. Raiders and the Vikings. Sam Darnold starting. Raiders, I believe they said they're going to play starters. Packers and Browns tomorrow. Bucks and Bengals tomorrow. 49ers and Titans tomorrow. Man, 49ers and all the damn injuries. And then Chiefs and Jaguars tomorrow. Andy Reid said that the Chiefs are going to play for at least a quarter. The starters, anyways. And then, also tomorrow, I guess there's only 2 games on Sunday. Also tomorrow, Seahawks and the Chargers. And Saints and the Cardinals. And Marvin Harrison Jr., they said, is going to play on Saturday night. And then Sunday, we got the Colts and the Broncos. Okay, so the Colts, there we go. Anthony Richardson right there. He's going to play at least a series or 2. And then we got the Cowboys and the Rams. That's going to be the Sunday afternoon game. Yeah, Derek, pretty much all the games are tomorrow. So there's 3 games today. And then there's 2 games on Sunday, and then the rest are tomorrow. I feel like they do that on purpose, right? Because Saturday, it's probably a better day to play than Sunday to get that extra day, of rest. I think most teams are playing on Saturdays. Like we go to next week and, 1 Thursday game, no Friday games. And then 2 Sunday games. So 3 games aren't being played on Saturday next week. That's it. Just 3. And then the week after that, so the final week of the preseason. Okay, well, this one, so we got 2 Thursday games. We got 3 Friday games. And then 3 Sunday games. And then the rest are Saturday. So there's just a shitload of games being played on Saturday throughout this preseason. That's like the main day that they're getting played. And I wonder if it's because college hasn't started yet. Do you think? Because once college, starts, but that's at the very end of August. Like the games are already done. Because let me see, when's the latest game? The 25th and 24th. Those are like some of the last days that we got the games. Interesting. It's going to be a fun weekend. We got best ball drafts tomorrow and Sunday. I got square board for tomorrow, and it's already starting to fill. So if you want to get on it, just send me a message. Captain Spock statistically, running GBs don't have a higher injury rate, or running QBs don't have a higher injury rate than non-running QBs. Well, it's probably because, a lot of years, I'm not saying quarterbacks don't get hurt, but like last year just seemed like such, what's a word? Like anomaly? Like it was so crazy how everybody got hurt in the same year. And there's like more than half of the team's quarterbacks like got hurt in the same year. And they might not, but it seems like they do. They put themselves in harm's way just a little bit more often, but it's about how good you slide. Like as well, it's about how good you avoid those hits. Crispy said thoughts on his second round pick in Marvel. Let me go pull it up. Let's go see. I hope we're moving along over there. All right. Oh, you went defense right away? Woo! I wouldn't have done it. I would have went offense, but man, I mean, you got Foyo Lacuna, like, damn, Crispy, you beast, you beast. Let me go message. Let me go message EV. All right. What is this? Man, Crispy, you're crazy, bro. Crispy's crazy. All right, hold on. Gotta check something, guys. Gotta do it while it's fresh in my mind before I forget. Someone said they sent me something yesterday. Gotta make sure it happened. Huh, weird. All right. And while I'm here, might as well send him the Saturday board. We got Jaguar and Chief squares. There we go, this Saturday night. Okay. Who's out there with us? Who's still rocking with us? Who's still rocking with us? Let me see. Oh, I totally forgot. We got a couple videos here. Let me see. Yeah, let me share these to the computer. Giants, I'm tuned in, but working on some bullshit. Man, it always sucks. Sucks to be working on some bullshit. Stupid insurance crap. Oh, man, that sucks. Oh, also, I guess I'll throw it out here. Noble wants to be in a fantasy football league. And so I figured I'd ask around, see if there's anybody who has any kids who might be interested in playing. Just going to be a free league, going to be for fun. And yeah, it'll be on Sleeper. It'll be on Sleeper. I figured hopefully we could get at least 6 teams and make it like 6 to 10 teams somewhere. I got a couple of videos. Got 4 videos to show here. So how about we start with some highlights of Joe Milton from yesterday. I know he's going up against the 3rd, 4th, and 5th stringers, but man, he looked good in his opportunity.
I want to get the play call in my ear. I want to say it the right way. And here we go. Joe Milton's first play. Let's give Joe Milton some love. That thing said 246 pounds. He said he's down around 235. He said he's got on a good.
And they said that he couldn't run in college. He looked pretty good in the pocket, and the couple times that he ran, he looked good running. Doesn't know how to slide, that's for sure.
So far, all the guys are playing well. They're playing their technical fundamentals. There he is.
A second first and 10. You end up with a first and 15.
He did solid. He did solid. He ain't going to be starting anytime soon, but he did really good. He said Milton was looking like a young Cam Newton, right? And I mean, there was people saying how he couldn't run and shit. It looked like he could run just fine to me. Maybe he didn't really have to run in college. Like, I don't know. And it's not the style of offense. I mean, he was in the same, I don't know how similar the style of offense was to like when Peyton Manning was there, but running was not in the repertoire. Let's see. What's another video we got? Oh, how about this, Derek? Just for you. Look at Zeke. Oh, man. I don't even know if I could draft him anymore. Look at this. Tried to get Dak to help him. He wouldn't do it. Zeke's so big he can't even get his shoulder pads off anymore. Look at this. Like, what the hell's going on? Zeke's so big. Can't even get his damn shoulder pads off. What is going on? Derek said this is just sad. Zeke's massive melon. Dude, what the hell? I saw that. I knew you Cowboy fans would love it. Like, what the hell? Oh, how about this? Matthew Stafford shaking and baking. Look at this. Look at this play. Look at this play. On the move, throws it, tipped in the air. Stafford catches it. Stafford catches it and runs in for a touchdown. Let's show that again. It's so ridiculous. Tip, tip, tip. Stafford catches it. Just so insane. Crispy said 25 touchdowns for Zeke. He's massive. He's a massive bowling ball. Just going to throw himself into the end zone. Oh, and look at this. So, Jared Verse, man. All right, I saw a nice little highlight of him here. Check this out.
You gotta have that dog in you.
Made in America.
You gotta have that dog in you.
Made in America.
That shit's funny, dude. Look at him just punking.
Dog in you.
Made in America.
You know who that is? Someone on the Cowboys, right? Because they're playing against the Cowboys this week.
You gotta have that dog in you.
Boom.
Made in America.
That's who that Stafford play was on. It was on the Cowboys. It was during those inner team practices or whatever. Man. Giant said it looks like they're behind my apartment complex in Venice I used to stay at for work. Nice. All right. I think we're gonna do a dab here. I think we're gonna step it up to a dab. Who's with me? Who's coming with me, man? Who's coming, man? And Derek said, I don't know that guy. Right? I mean, he's probably some probably some second string bum. I doubt that was the starting left tackle. But yeah, he got done dirty out there by Jared Verse. Here we go. Man. This live rosin is so good, man. It is so good. Man, Derek, you think the Rams are about to whoop up on the Cowboys in this preseason? In this preseason battle? Crispy, what are you thinking? How much are you guys going to win or lose to the Rams by? I mean, Matt Stafford's out there throwing balls and catching deflections and running in touchdowns over there, man. Jared Verse just punking whoever was out there. Then you got Zeke. Zeke's candy ass can't even take off his damn shoulder pads. Crispy said, shit, regular game Stafford would have gotten killed on that play. Red jersey, bitch. Yeah, I said my friend's son turned 18 this weekend, and we got high together for the first time last night. It was awesome. He's already a bong hit master. Man. Yeah, it's just funny. I found out that one of my cousins, her husband like really hated on me like smoking weed. Like, that was just like, ugh. It's one of those uppity prissy like motherfuckers. And it's funny, I just found out that his son smokes weed now. So funny. I think his son's like 18 or 19, something like that. But that made me laugh. It's preseason, man. It's preseason. You guys are playing them this week. That's the game. That's the Sunday night game. Or no, it's not Sunday night. It's like Sunday at 1:30. I don't think you guys would play them in the if you play in preseason. I don't think you play in the regular season. I could be wrong about that, but man. Oh, Derek, I had this other video. It was this dude who was at cowboy camp, and he I should have got it, but he records. He was like, "Hey Trey, what are you bringing to the table this year?" And to Trey Lance, and he was like, "Just gonna have to wait and see, homie. Gonna have to wait and see." Because he ain't bringing nothing to the table. Maybe he's got better at making coffee or getting towels or something. Oh, man. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be ugly. Watch Trey Lance, like, have a good drive or something. And, like, the Trey Lance truthers are going to come out. Like, they're waiting. This is what they've been waiting for. Trey Lance back in action. Back in action in a preseason game. Giants said redraft single PPR, Flowers, Higgins, Kirk, or Terry. Probably Kirk. Probably go Kirk, Higgins, Flowers, Terry. Is probably how I would do it. And Derek said Trey Lance is scoring a touchdown. Mark it down. He said he's still trash, but it'll look good against the threes. He better. He better. Look at Joe Milton out there against the threes and the fours, shredding them. Trey Lance better be doing the same. Man, but you know, something I've always said about him.
He's a bum. He was a bum then, and he's a bum now.
I'll tell you what I think of Trey Lance.
He's a pedantic, pontificating, pretentious bastard, a belligerent old fart, a worthless, steaming pile of cow dung, figuratively speaking.
I don't know if Trey Lance is as good as Joe Milton. You know, I don't know if he's as good as Joe Milton. He better, though. He better. Because Joe Milton ain't nobody. What was he, a 6th round pick? Pats went 0 QBs. Went from 0 QBs to 3 options. I like it. Man, you hating on Mac Jones? Who? Mac Jones. I don't think it was all Mac Jones's fault. I really don't. I think it was a lot of the system. And literally not having an offensive coordinator who is actually an offensive coordinator, not having any passing weapons, like at all. Mac Jones is trash.
Cannot play with him. Cannot win with him. Cannot coach with him. Can't do it.
Yeah,
I want winners. I want people that want to win.
They broke Mac mentally. Yeah. Said Patricia was the dumbest move of all time. It was very, very stupid. Like, why? Oh, yeah. Like, yeah, I'm a rocket scientist. So, like, I could be an offensive coordinator. Why not? Why not? Yeah, Belichick's an idiot. He really is. And I wonder, where's Belichick going to come back and go to? Where is he going to come back and go to? Like, that's what's going to be real interesting. Like, who might fire their their coach and GM just to get Belichick over there? Giants said it was an ego move. Oh, for sure. For sure. And failed tremendously. Ended up in multiple firings. Yes, it was bad. It was bad. It was horrible. I don't know what the hell they thought that they were doing. I really don't. But so what do you guys think now about Brandon Ayuk? Like, now that at least the most recent like news is that Steelers aren't giving them a package that they want to get, and I think it's because they want to take some of those picks or one of those picks or something and turn it into a wide receiver from a different team, not from the Steelers, because they know that George Pickens sucks. But yeah, like, now, is it even gonna happen? 49ers are dumb, man. Like, their front office moves have been so dumb.
So dumb, so dumb, so dumb, so dumb. You are so dumb. You are really dumb, for real. You are so dumb. You are really dumb, for real.
A lot of their draft picks, like, man, they actually hit with Brandon Ayuk and they don't want to pay him. You know, they actually hit with DeForest Buckner. They don't want to pay him. And then the guy who they get the first rounder for is a bum. Man, the 49ers, they move up, trade 3 first-round draft picks to get Trey Lance. Like, man, they've been making like all these moves to make sure that they can't win the Super Bowl. Making all these moves to where they can't win the Super Bowl. And I really think the 49ers curse is back. Like, it was like every other year where like they would just have like an insane amount of injuries and they would not stop. I'm really going to be avoiding the 49ers in a lot of these drafts. I mean, shit, CMC's already hurt. You still got to have a high pick to get him, but it's just a lot of bad things just seem like they're already happening. Like, look, their entire running back room is already hurt. Entire running back room is already hurt. Multiple defensive guys already hurt. Giants said I got it as even third. Steelers, Raiders, stay with the Niners, hit free agency. Yeah. I mean, Browns are still in the mix. Browns are still in the mix. They didn't say that they weren't, but they're obviously.
Well, obviously,
they are not making the moves to get the 49ers to accept the trade. Probably because they don't want none of their old ass wide receivers anyways. Like, who are they going to trade him? Elijah Moore? Because, yeah, like, I mean, think about it. Like, Cooper's just getting paid too much. So unless it was something where, like, Browns paid a bunch of Cooper's contract or, you know, some shit like that, it's just not happening. All right. I think we got another bowl or two. In, and then, yeah. We're going to go get down to biz. Whatever that biz is. Anybody got any cool plans for the weekend? Crispy said Pickett. What? We going to see Kenny Pickett? Where's he at again now? Where the fuck is he at now? Oh, yeah, the Eagles. That's today. Yeah. That's today. Yeah, we got 2 games today. We got 3 games today, actually. We got the Falcons, Dolphins, the Texans, Steelers, and the Eagles, Ravens. Let's go. All right. Derek said going to AC tomorrow night. You just soaking it up at the beach? You just soaking it up at the beach, or any specific plans when you go out there? All right. We're getting really, really high this morning. I like it. We're doing what we had set out to do. Yep, just chilling at the beach. May go to the sports bar, check out the first quarter of games. There we go. Yeah, maybe we'll go live at those times. I know you can't really show it like on Rumble. They pretty much shut us down. But yeah, we can go live, do some color commentary. Johnny said there's a free party in the park on Sunday. Bunch of us are spinning 45-minute sets. Nice. Said for the normies and their kids in the hot sun all day. Said always fun mixing ravers in with humans. There we go. And Derek said, just want to see the starters. Don't need to see the bums. Yeah, once it gets to, I mean, some of them said they're going to be starting for a quarter. So, I mean, we may see a quarter worth of action out of some of these starters. But there's going to be a couple backups, you know. Like, I mean, for the Falcons, I'm very curious to see, like, some of their defensive players. Same with the Dolphins. Let's see. Man. Yeah, actually, and then when I look at the Eagles, they said they're going to start their starters, right, for at least like one series. We're going to see Nakobe Dean out there, Devin. And so that's why I said the first quarter. Yeah, we definitely want to see some of the starters. But I know there's going to be a couple of these guys. Like, I mean, Joe Milton, that was someone that I actually wanted to see. I still didn't pay attention when he got there, but I was curious what he was going to be. It's really the backup quarterbacks. Like, those are probably the ones who'd be the one that we'd be interested in seeing. But yeah, I'm with you, man. I am with you. Tribe said Puka, #1 wide receiver. Man, I hope he's not hurt. And Derek said Nakobe Dean, not a thing. Oh, he is Pete Warner, my guy. Give it up, us. You know what? No, I've not given up on him. Okay. I've not given up on him. Okay. I'll get him if I can get him real late. Okay. If I can get him real late, I will. He's really just going to be on my radar to watch. Don't you ever disrespect him and compare him to Pete Warner. And Trent Richardson's the guy you want. Of course he is. Of course he is. Let me see. Hold on. Where the hell is it? All right. This will be a good one on the way out. Just saw these guys in person. I need to load up the videos. I've been slacking on editing some of the clips from the 5 p.m. Woo. Woo. Yeah. Yes. That was the one. That was the one. Before I forget, let me shout out our producers of the show. Our ultimate priority members, our all access members, our elite members, our superstar members, and all of our ultimate members. I appreciate you guys. It's because of you guys we're able to keep the show running every single day. There we go. Bakes that fucking Pops is crazy for taking Foyo Lacun so early. I said that too. Crispy's trying something different. I mean, it's one of those ones. Gotta try something different. But yeah, I don't think I would have been that ballsy. Crispy's got big balls, man. So big, can't wear underwear, especially after a move like that. But there we go. Defense wins championships. We'll see you guys a little bit later. I might come live. We might do some play-by-play during some of the games. They all start like around 4:00. So, maybe like an hour just smoking and watching the games and stuff. We'll see you guys there. Peace out.
Defense on me.
I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night. If they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm going to take every last one of you out. You make sure they remember forever the night they played the Titans.